The UFC hasn't announced any of the pay-per-view headliners after UFC 319, where Khamzat will fight Dricus du Plessis. Let's look at these prospective UFC pay-per-view headliners and break down each fight. Starting off with UFC 320, which will take place in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena, we have Dvalishvili versus Sandhagen and Ankalaev versus Pereira 2. I think these will actually be flipped, and Ankalaev and Pereira 2 will be the main event. So let's start with the co-main. I think Merab's the second best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC behind Islam, and I don't think Corey Sandhagen holds any chance against Merab. I think it's going to be a similar fight to the O'Malley second fight, where he kind of holds around for 2 or 3 maybe rounds, and then in the third, I think possibly even in the second, Merab's going to get a hold of him and put him down. I think it's going to be Merab by domination. And in the main event, we have Ankalaev versus Pereira 2, the rematch from the first time Alex Pereira's lost at light heavyweight, and I think it's going to be the same result. I don't think it'll happen in the same fashion with Ankalaev just being dominant on the feet, because I think Alex Pereira was scared of the takedown and then held back on his striking for that reason. I think he's going to be more up to it with his striking, but I think Ankalaev's going to switch his game plan and try to mix in more clinch work than he already did, and even actually try to drag the fight to the ground to mix it up truly. I think Ankalaev's going to win another decision in this fight. Moving on to UFC 321, that's going to take place in Abu Dhabi. We basically know it's going to be Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane, just because Alex Volkov and Jailton Almeida got announced for the same card, so it would make sense for the UFC to time up the winners to have a fight in early 2026 again for the heavyweight title, which hasn't been defended in a long time. But Aspinall versus Gane is going to be a straightforward fight. Tom Aspinall is perfectly fine on the feet with Cyril Gane, but just the threat of the takedown and Tom Aspinall's jiu-jitsu skills are going to be the difference in this fight. I think Tom Aspinall could knock him out on the feet, but I think he's going to be smart, strike with him for a second, take him down, and finish him in the same way he did Volkov.